where we dive deep into the world of Japanese baseball, breaking down the stories that make NPB so captivating. Today we're talking about a true underdog tale that's just unfolded in the Central League. Chunichi Dragons outfielder Hosokawa Seiya has become the first player ever transferred through the active draft system to ink a deal worth 130 million yen. And his own words sum it up perfectly: "I've climbed back from the brink." This isn't just a contract renewal, it's a landmark moment that highlights resilience, opportunity, and the evolving dynamics of player movement in Japanese professional baseball. Let's unpack this step by step, starting from where it all began for Hosokawa and how he turned what could have been the end of his career into a triumphant resurgence. Born on the 4th of August 1998, Hosokawa Seiya hails from Chiba Prefecture and was selected by the Yokohama DeNA BayStars in the 5th round of the 2016 NPB draft. Not exactly the spotlight pick, but he came in with raw power and potential as a right-handed outfielder who could also handle first base if needed. Standing at 179 centimeters and weighing 98 kilograms, he's got that solid build that screams power hitter, but his early years in DeNA were anything but smooth. In 2017, his debut season, he appeared in just 2 games, but he made them count, going 2 for 5 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs, a .400 average, and a whopping 1.600 slugging percentage. It was a teaser of what he could do, but the BayStars outfield was crowded and opportunities were scarce. The next year, 2018, he played in 11 games, hitting .222 with 1 homer, but striking out 11 times in 18 at-bats, showing some of those raw edges. By 2019, he got a bit more run with 36 games, but his average stayed at .222 with just 1 homer and 10 RBIs, and the strikeouts piled up to 24 in 72 at-bats. It was clear he had pop in his bat, but consistency was eluding him, and the team wasn't giving him the everyday role he needed to develop. Fast forward to 2020, 19 games, .235 average, 1 homer, but 20 strikeouts in 51 at-bats. The whiffs were becoming a pattern. In 2021, things got even tougher. 37 games, but only 39 at-bats, hitting .154 with no homers and 13 strikeouts. It felt like he was stuck in a loop of limited chances and underwhelming results. Then 2022 hit rock bottom. 18 games, 19 at-bats, just 1 hit, which was a homer, but 9 strikeouts and a .053 average. He was on the brink, as he put it, barely hanging on in the pros, spending more time in the minors where he actually performed well, but the call-ups weren't translating to success. This is where the active draft comes into play. Introduced in NPB to give underutilized players a fresh start, similar to MLB's Rule 5 draft, it allows teams to select players from other clubs who aren't on the protected list. And in December 2022, the Chunichi Dragons took a chance on Hosokawa, trading pitcher Shotaro Kasahara to DeNA in the process. It was a low-risk move for Chunichi, who were looking to bolster their outfield, and for Hosokawa, it was a lifeline. A new environment where he could finally get consistent playing time. And boy, did he seize it. In 2023, his first full season with the Dragons, he exploded onto the scene, playing in 140 games, 518 at-bats, hitting .253 with 30 doubles, 1 triple, 24 home runs, and 78 RBIs, scoring 62 runs and slugging .454. His on-base was .326, and while the strikeouts were high at 161, he was finally showcasing that power consistently, becoming a key part of the Dragons lineup and earning recognition as one of the league's breakout stars. The move paid off massively for Chunichi, who saw him as their everyday right fielder, and for Hosokawa, it was validation after years of frustration. Building on that momentum, 2024 was even better in some ways. 143 games, 534 at-bats, a .292 average, 30 doubles, 23 homers, 67 RBIs, slugging .478, and an improved .368 on-base percentage thanks to 60 walks. The strikeouts were still there at 159, but his plate discipline was sharpening and he was hitting for average while maintaining the power, helping the Dragons in a tough Central League where every win counts. Now, coming into 2025, there were high expectations, but he faced some challenges, maybe an injury or something that limited him to 108 games, 360 at-bats, hitting .256 with 22 doubles, 1 triple, 20 homers, and 58 RBIs, slugging .489, and on-base .367 with 61 walks. The power was still there. 20 homers in fewer games shows his efficiency, but the reduced playing time might have tempered expectations a bit. Yet his overall body of work since joining Chunichi speaks volumes. In 3 seasons with the Dragons, he's played 391 games, 1,412 at-bats, hitting .270 on average with 82 doubles, 2 triples, 67 homers, 203 RBIs, and a .473 slugging, a far cry from his DeNA days, where in 123 games he hit just 200 with 7 homers and 19 RBIs. This transformation is what led to the historic contract. On November 17, 2025, at the Shoryukan Player Dormitory, Hosokawa negotiated his renewal, and the Dragons rewarded him with 130 million yen, a massive jump from his previous salary of around 92 million, making him the first active draft transfer to break into that elite pay bracket. This isn't just about the money, though. It's a testament to the active draft's purpose, giving players like Hosokawa a second chance to prove their worth, and for teams like Chunichi, it's a way to acquire talent without the high cost of free agency or international signings. Hosokawa's journey resonates because it's relatable. He was on the verge of being released or stuck in the minors forever, but a change of scenery unlocked his potential, and his quote about climbing back from the brink captures that emotional arc perfectly. It's the kind of story that inspires young players grinding in the farms, showing that perseverance and the right opportunity can change everything. Looking ahead, at just 27 years old, Hosokawa has room to grow. If he can cut down on those strikeouts, maybe push towards a 300 average consistently, he could be in line for even bigger deals, perhaps leading the Dragons to a climax series or even a Japan Series appearance, something the team hasn't done since 2011. His power is legit with 73 homers already, and in a league where pitching dominates, hitters like him are gold. This milestone also sparks broader discussions in NPB. Does the active draft need tweaks to protect more players, or is it working as intended by redistributing talent and keeping the league competitive? For Chunichi, locking in Hosokawa at 130 million is a smart investment. He's their offensive anchor, and with a solid defense in the outfield, he's a complete player. As we wrap this up, Hosokawa's story reminds us why we love baseball. It's not just stats and salaries, it's about human perseverance, turning setbacks into comebacks, and rewriting your narrative. If you've enjoyed this analysis, drop a like, subscribe for more NPB deep dives, and let me know in the comments what you think about Hosokawa's future. Will he hit 30 homers next season? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.